I don't get why people are so hyped up for it when it doesn't seem to be built to be a good album.
All right, cool. We'll get Mel on the microphone.
So, I see that we have a lot of, opinions on Parade. And I think I've been asking myself this question for a while. What is Parade missing that is making everyone go, yeah, Parade is just bad? And I was like, this is strictly very rock sounding, and listening to what people like from Groundbreaking, Hurt, IGH, they tend to use a lot more instruments and instrumentation in those in the songs and the album and the EP. And I think what Parade really needs now more than ever is more instruments. We don't. It's great that we have a guitarist. Great that we have a bassist. Great that we have a drummer. But we need what Sean can give to these songs, which is instruments and vocals.
Here's
Basically,
another
more
thing.
production.
Here's another thing. I kind of agree with you on that statement, but the thing is, with me, one other thing I really don't like about Parade so far is how formulaic it feels. Parade, as an album, just from the two singles we've listened to, it is formulaic. It follows just the standard rock formula, and that is not something I enjoy. It can work, but if you listen to Groundbreaking's other tracks, like Hurt, like the title track of Hurt, it's not formulaic at all. It follows its own style.
Exactly. And
Something has just been lost in translation here.
I believe if Parade used more instruments, we would get that feeling. If Parade had the, the bells from Standoff, or no, not the bells from Standoff.
Yeah, Standoff
the
has bells.
bells from Rebel. The. I believe if Parade had that the bells from the beginning of Rebel added in somewhere in there, along with the drums and the guitars and even some more instruments, some stuff hidden in the background, we could have a much better song. And please, Sean, get rid of Depeche Mode. Do it.
Here's the thing. When I say it's formulaic, I don't mean instrumentally. I meant lyrically.
So
the verses are all structured. Verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2, chorus.
I see what you mean.
Etc. With something like Hurt, you had verse 1. Point is, it ended with the chorus. It ended with the bridge, essentially.
Exactly. So what you're looking for is a song that's more complicated. Its structure it's not all over the place, but it's more not random, but just it's its own thing.
Yeah.
Well, that is cool to hear. If anybody else has anything, whoa, we got a lot of hands. All right,
I got a lot of hands to get
Let's bring in Tasmo. Tasmo is new to this area. Let's bring him in. Tasmo, if you could please accept the invite to get on the stage, that would be great. Otherwise, we're just gonna bring in Callie again. I'll give count of 5. 1. Okay, there he goes. Oh, hello, Tasmo. So why have you raised your hand? What is your spicy take today?
I just feel like Parade is gonna be a little bit more generic because of it's their first album and they're not focusing on making the best songs they can. They're focusing on making songs as a band to work out how to make songs.
They're looking for songs to pitch to a label. I think. You know, we haven't had a major, you know, we haven't had an album groundbreaking release in 2 years. Or sorry, we haven't had an album groundbreaking release in 4 years. BST, IGH0, and Music to Question Everything 2 were EPs. I just feel like we've been in a drought in terms of music, and it's not really getting all that great. Even if you were to consider like BST as a major release, we're still 2 years from that. I'm pretty sure we're getting close to 2 years. Which, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of, if you listen to EPs and the albums feel a little bit more like, I should say, like professional. But the thing is, they still had that thing you're looking for.
Yeah, it's just missing a lot. It just feels. It definitely feels like the album they're trying to make for a label. I think that's my take. I think this is the I want to pitch it to a label.
Here's the thing. I get that they're pretty much making this to pitch this to a label like Screenwave, but the spark just isn't there.
Yeah, I agree.
It feels like they're not making music that they want to make, and first impressions are everything. So some random listener finally comes across groundbreaking after not hearing about it even from the FNAF era. Somebody comes across it and just passes it off because it just sounds like different radio. It just sounds like just normal radio shit. If first impressions, you don't get a second chance at.
You know, I hated Blood as a song, but I think it tried more. You know? Thank you for your time, Taz. We're gonna move on to Calionic.
To explain with Parade, it's definitely going to be a bit weak. I don't think it's going to top anything because they need to get used to actually making music together first. But yeah, it does feel like they're just doing this to say, hey, it's been a while, let's make an album. Feels like they're making an album for the sake of making an album. When Groundbreaking was, originally solo and it was just Sean, he made the music when he wanted to and when he felt like it. And it's because this was his music. He wanted to convey what was going on, whatever his life was, and the thoughts that he had.
Yeah.
And in regards to first impressions, I discovered Groundbreaking in like 2016. I heard Bold Sands and I absolutely hated it, but then I rediscovered him a couple years later with Insert Genre here, so it was a second chance. So they're not impossible to happen, but they do happen here. And if they want to pitch to a label, I feel like they should take a different approach, because if you're unique, you'll stand out more, and that's more of a chance to be accepted. But even then, I feel like he should stay independent, because I'm not sure, what do labels even do to help artists all too much?
Probably exposure, but in return, you get fucked.
I don't think it's worth it. I think it's just more worth it to stay solo and build up a fan base this, because it takes longer this way, but you have more freedom.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move on to Kale because he has a spicy. Oops. There you go.
Oh, wait, what? I wasn't.
Kale, I invited you.
Oh, crap. Yep. Okay. Hi. So, I don't know what I was gonna say, really. Like, I'm kind of, like, 50-50 on the new direction. Like, I agree with what Callie said, like, about, like, staying in... Sorry. Staying independent, and, like, that would probably be the best option for Groundbreaking at this stage in his career, because I worry in the live show context, if it gets big enough, if the promoters were to go into like YouTube, search by most popular, what would show up? The entirety of the FNAF stuff. And then they would go to Sean and be like, hey, you probably should play these because they're kind of popular, even though that's not what Sean wants to do. So I feel like Sean's just kind of accepted, yeah, it's what groundbreaking is. Just gotta put up with it. Yeah.
Cool. All right. We'll get you out of here and we'll get Dawson back in here.
Okay, so I have a question, but first, I feel like the direction with the band is already messy because they have no idea how to perform together. I'm like Kale said, I'm worried about that aspect, but I'm also worried like if they get shows, will they be able to do it correctly? Because Sean on his own
Well, they still have a
kind
long
of
way.
did shittily already.
They have a
They
long way
do,
to go.
they do. But my question was, if you were to rank Parade, Watch Out, and the surprise song, how would you do it for the both of you?
So can you say that again? I kind of zoned out. Oops.
If you were to rank Parade, Watch Out, and surprise song, in what order would it be?
I don't remember anything about surprise song, but it would be Watch Out and then Parade.
What about Fox?
Watch Out is at the top so far. I haven't gotten a half decent hearing for the other song they showed in the surprise stream, so I can't really say
Yeah,
anything
the
about
audio
it.
was awful. Yeah. I think it's you can't even understand the lyrics properly. It's just the point is confusing. But yeah, that's all.
All right. Cool. Fox, you can keep going if you want, but I'm getting a bit sleepy, so I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit. This has been super fun, and I'm planning to utilize this a lot more. If you haven't voted in announcements yet, make sure you vote. Your vote counts. And yeah,
We're getting unanimous agreements except from Vance. Yeah,
so
we're getting purely positive.
all right. So yeah, I'll put something in the works, and perhaps this weekend we can do a little something. So I'll see you guys. If Fox wants to continue, he can continue. But
Oh man, I'm gonna head out now because I've been doing this for too long.
all right. Thank you guys. See ya.
Thank you, people for being here. We're gonna do this more. Hail